Are we allowed to do that?
Not on TV. You're allowed.
Cosplay didn't even exist. This is back when people still wore watches and stopped and used payphones. But you know what? This is Star Trek conventions and horror movie props. Check this out.
It wasn't long ago that the multi-million-dollar movie Star Trek was released, and some familiar faces returned to the screen. Captain Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Scotty, all were back. For some, that may not be big news, but to others, it was a fulfillment of their dreams.
Thrust us ahead, Mr. Sulu. Take us out.
Mr. Spaceman, won't you please take me along? I won't do anything wrong.
When Star Trek premiered in Washington, D.C., the members of VAST, the Virginia Association of Star Trek, turned out in force. Fans and fan clubs are not a new thing, but these Trekkers are more than just ordinary fans. The majority of them have been Star Trek fanatics since the series began. The voyages of the Star Van Enterprise. Yes, VAST even has its own Star Van, built by one of its members. And more than just a few unsuspecting motorists have been blasted without even knowing it. Foolishness, you say? Well, we asked some of the members why.
I have been turned on by science fiction ever since I was a kid. Everything from Frankenstein movies to Japanese monster movies to Star Wars and onward. And, well, all I can say, finally, is long live Star Trek and long live the rest of science fiction.
It's a way of escaping from the troubles that we have nowadays and the pressures that we have. It's a way of reliving your own fantasies. You can forget the troubles that you have right now and you can live in a different world, a different society, and it's just a great escape route.
They give you a world that you are immediately thrust into, and from that world, not only you have the authors or the creators' imagination, but then from that you can allow your own imagination to expand into creating whole new planets with whole new beings on those planets, and it's an outlet for our frustrations in life, you know, and it's a place, a way to escape so that you can go and enjoy almost like your own little world, but it's not quite you're creating your own little world, but it's a fantasy that you yourselves can make and enjoy.
Captain, Klingon ship on screen, coming into our quadrant.
Scanner on.
Magnification 1, please. Accelerate to attack speed. Warp 2. Shields up.
Shields up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sound, red alert.
Red alert.
Prepare, photon torpedoes. Fire.
They're firing back. Shields up.
We've taken
taken a hit, Captain.
All shields holding, no damage.
Medical to the bridge.
Come around on the second cruiser. Fire! Photon torpedoes again! Fire!
Torpedoes away.
Damage. One Cleon hit, one Cleon damage. Damage report, Enterprise. All stations damage report.
He's dead, Jim. Captain Manson Hendricks is dead.
Fantasy has always been a part of fandom. How many of us have fantasized ourselves capturing an outlaw like John Wayne, scoring a touchdown like O.J. Simpson, or going out on a date with Bo Derek? For these trekkers, however, their fantasies are not just rooted in the stars. They are rooted in the characters and ideals those stars represent.
That is great stuff, man. You know, now this is the same guy that put together this time machine / brain vortex machine. A lot of crazy stuff. Here's some more footage, lost footage that you'll only see here. For now.
Blastoff came 3 weeks ago. A gala premiere in Washington, December 6th. The audience caught the spirit befitting a movie voyage to outer space. It quickly set a record. The biggest first-week gross in the history of motion pictures, over $17 million. And it clearly had meaning for a lot of future-minded Star Trek fans.
I grew up wanting to be an astronaut. Okay, in Star Trek, you saw that this was possible, that people will live in space.
The reason I enjoy it so much is because that it is totally conceivable. I do believe in life on other planets.
Gene Roddenberry, a former pilot, a former policeman, created the Star Trek series and produced the movie.
We hit with this at the time the anti-hero was so popular. There were no heroes left for the American public. And along came these people that say, when I say something, that's it, because I'm a man of my word.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations.
The Enterprise went into space in 1966, launched by NBC with a crew that became familiar in many households. The stalwart Captain Kirk, heroic commander of the starship.
I think a lot of people were attracted by the family of players. They grew to like the family of players.
Mr. Spock, whose Vulcan ancestry accounts for his memorable ears.
The distant aspect of the character, the remoteness of the character. I think the fact that the character claimed at least to be devoid of emotions and therefore unreachable, and yet I think that's a challenge.
Bones McCoy, less logical and a bit more human than Spock.
McCoy is really a country doctor, so to speak, a man who hates to see all of this modernization falling in on him too fast. We're beginning to lose that humanity.
Scotty, the trustworthy Scotsman who ran the engine room.
People will look on Star Trek and all the scientific aspects of Star Trek and say, why not?
Uhura, the communications officer, 4th in command.
I just knew at that moment now that black children must look at me on that ship, even if I was just pushing some buttons, and know that that is a person that I can identify with, that I can emulate.
I just wanted to find a vehicle where I could say some things that were in my gut. And I remember thinking that Jonathan Swift, well, I don't place myself on a par with him, had the same problem, though, and he wanted to talk about England of his time, and he invented Gulliver's Travels. And I thought, wow, maybe if I could get some polka-dotted little things out on a far-off planet, I can talk, you know, I can take a couple of shots at the Vietnam thing that's coming up and all of that, and we used it that way.
There comes to all races an ultimate crisis. We faced a similar crisis in our early nuclear age. We found the wisdom not to destroy ourselves.
Star Trek was unique, but its audience, while devoted, wasn't big enough for network TV.
And our fans kept rushing to our rescue and doing torchlight parades against NBC. I remember one time they sneaked into Rockefeller Center and put Save Star Trek stickers on all the executive limousines.
A determined letter-writing campaign kept it on the air for a third year, but as this Saturday Night Live parody showed, it was ultimately shot down by a very unfuturistic foe.
I'm Captain James C. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise, representing the United Federation of Planets.
Hi, I'm Herb Goodman, head of programming for the network.
Stand back. I will not hesitate to shoot.
Can I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, due to the low Nielsen ratings, we at NBC have decided to, unfortunately, cancel Star Trek.
Fire at my command.
The fans couldn't rescue it again. NBC did cancel the series. Star Trek, off the network, drifted into the twilight zone of local station reruns, one step from extraterrestrial oblivion. But something happened, a unique phenomenon in television history. Instead of fading away, it became the most successful rerun ever, with the most devoted following. Even now, it's seen 308 times a week on 106 American stations, and is also shown overseas in 37 earthly languages.
Capitaine, aucune réponse. J'ai essayé toutes les fréquentes.
故障箇所発生。非常システムに切り替えました。彼らを止める方法はそれしかない。そうは思えん。科学やめたまえ。私の目の前でドクターや看護婦が次々に例の物質に変えられてしまったな。
No new episodes were being made, but Star Trek continued to spark a creative appetite. Trekkies published their own fan magazines called fanzines, with fans creating their own scripts, their own drawings, complete descriptions of gadgetry, and their own embellishments of Star Trek lore. They formed clubs, traded Star Trek products, and in 1973, the first Trekkie convention was organized by Joan Winston.
The very first Star Trek convention was a fluke. We expected maybe 300 people, and we got 3,600, and it blew our minds. And that showed us how much Star Trek meant to so many people.
One appeal of the conventions was meeting the actors who played their heroes.
I tell you that the Klingons have changed in appearance somewhat. They have an enormous ridge going up right across their head. It looks like a lot of warts all together, and I blame that on the tribbles that I sent over to them.
If all this talk of Klingons and tribbles makes you feel that you've been hanging around the wrong end of the galaxy, you could catch up fast by doing what these folks did. Watching all 79 Star Trek episodes and remembering every last detail.
Where was the planet killer headed when the Enterprise intercepted it?
Don White was headed right through the most densely populated part of the galaxy. I can't tell you where, but I know that for sure.
Trekkie mania flourishes nationwide. A Los Angeles housewife, B. Jo Trimble, blotted out her living room picture window with a painted Trekkie Christmas message. Mrs. Trimble might be the foremost Trekkie of them all, rallying letter-writing campaigns to save the show and to rename the U.S. Space Shuttle.
We started the campaign to get it named the Enterprise, and it succeeded. All of the letters went in to President Ford, and in a sort of surprise move, he named the shuttlecraft Enterprise instead of the name that was chosen.
At rollout ceremonies for the space shuttle, instead of hearing America the Beautiful, the crowd listened to the theme from Star Trek. Outer space has its dangers.
How's the radar look?
But some Trekkies from West Virginia patrol interstate highways. In a make-believe identification with the crew of Captain Kirk, they hunt the hated Klingons from their own Trek truck.
Going into the warp drive. Stand by to fire.
200 hours went into outfitting this truck.
Ready? Fire phaser. Destroyed.
And many a motorist has been unknowingly disintegrated.
Well, we were lucky, Captain, this time. No casualties.
Despite the unflagging enthusiasm of Star Trek, Paramount wasn't sure it would make a popular movie. But then came Star Wars and Close Encounters, revealing a huge market for cinematic science fiction. The studio put an end to 8 years of vacillation and went ahead with the movie.
I felt at that point that certainly I would not want to see the movie done without Spock, and I would not want to see anybody else play him.
I've been monitoring your communications with Starfleet Command, Captain. I offer my services as science officer.
Gene Roddenberry wanted his starship and special effects to be realistic enough to promote the idea that space travel is part of our future. Graphics designer Lee Cole consulted several scientists before she designed the starship's bridge.
I was so shocked at what we actually have at present. It was hard to even keep up with the present, let alone go into the future. A lot of this is very pretty, but it comes from interesting sources, like all these monitor screens. This is actual experimental color computer graphics readouts, and these charts and graphs you see undulating.
Dock control reports ready, sir.
Take us out. In the middle and late 70s, America's fascination with the actual exploration of space went into decline. And yet popular interest in science fiction has never been greater.
Mr. Sulu, ahead warp 1. Warp 1, sir.
Heading, sir?
Out there. That away.
When I first started doing Star Trek, my own father went around and apologized to all the neighbors. It was considered such a weird thing we were doing. There's no way they can keep us out of space unless the race is dying, and I don't think this race is dying. I think this is an infant race. I've had people say, gee, if extraterrestrials are watching us, won't they hate us? No, I think they look at us and say, hey, when they grow up, they have a lot of vitality. When they grow up, they're really going to be something.
This. Look at that, dude. Look at the Star Trek book.
Star Trek. That there is older than your mother.
Oh, look at that.
Possibly.
Sure, this is called Trek, the magazine for Trek fans.
Yeah.
Look at the picture of Spock on the back cover.
Spock issue number 2.
You can hear the music.
Yeah.
When they
More
were
satisfying than a number 1.
When they would fight. Dad, 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 dad. Look at the pictures of Star Trek in here. There's Mr. Spock, supporting cast to superstar. Look at that.
He was a cowboy before he went to space.
This is from 19...
Oh, man, like 6, 7.
This is from 1970 something.
Yeah, it's early 70s.
Oh, my God, dude. I'll be right back. Oh, no, I better leave it here. Look, here's Mr. Spock getting his ears put on.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Spock.
You got your ears on?
Dr. Spock.
Mr.
Doctor?
No, Dr. Spock?
Dr. McCoy.
Dr. McCoy.
Dr. McCoy, yeah.
Now, he was the guy. He was in Western.
Lieutenant Commander Spock.
There he is.
Thank you.
He was Lieutenant Commander.
You know who I liked was Uhura. You know why I liked Uhura? Because she was a woman.
Uhura was a nice looking lady. That's right.
People will be like, you watch Star Trek? Uhura. Lieutenant Uhura. What was her name?
Uhura.
No, the actress name. The actress's name.
Actress?
Nichelle Nichols.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. Oh, my God. Hello. You know, Star Trek, this is a great magazine, Wizard Man.
Yep, I just produced that.
Too bad he can't read. He looks at the pictures, though.
Yeah.
Some other stuff, too. We have footage from... where's my book? Hold on, I got a book. There's a bunch of stuff written in it here.
Well, there's some Space 1999 stuff in here.
Space 1999
Never
stuff.
happened. Never happened.
Space 1999 was pretty wild, dude.
Never happened.
Well, let me see. I got some stuff written here in my book. Shit.
Oh,
Wait, did I say? Oh, God. I'll have to bleep that out later. I have notes. God.
No, shipping ships are okay.
I have notes. And I'm going to turn to a page. Notes. Quack, quack, quack. Blah, blah, blah. Right. Okay, here we go. Here's some notes. Let's see. What have I written down here? 1930s. This place was built in the 30s.
Oh, yeah.
And it was showing movies all through the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and the 60s and the 70s.
More.
What else has I got written here?
You can still see the dust and the lights.
Dude, you know, they showed, you know what was shown here?
Jaws.
Frankenstein.
All right. Star Wars.
Dracula. The Mummy.
Oh, yeah.
King Kong.
Oh, yeah.
The Bride of Frankenstein.
That's pretty awesome.
The Bride of Frankenstein. She was not very happy. That was a short relationship. The Invisible Man. White Zombie.
Man, I'd have come out of my way to come here, but I wasn't anywhere near here.
The Ghoul. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, son of Frankenstein.
Well, yeah.
Dracula's daughter. Now imagine if the son of Frankenstein, Dracula's daughter would have hooked up. Whoa! The Black Cat.
Man, all these monsters. Wow.
Mark of the Vampire. Hound of the Baskervilles. Now that was Sherlock Holmes.
Know then the legend of the Hound of the Baskervilles. Take heed, and beware the moor in those dark hours when evil is exalted, else you will surely meet the Hound of Hell, the Hound of the Baskervilles.
Which way? For heaven's sake, which way?
The greatest story ever written by one of the world's greatest storytellers, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's classic masterpiece of mystery, suspense, and horror, The Hound of the Baskervilles.
Some revolting sacrificial rite has been performed. What depths a human being can sink to.
What human being could have done this?
That is precisely what I intend to find out.
But how can you be so certain that somebody took one of the bishop's spiders and deliberately placed it in Sir Henry's room? That it wasn't in the luggage he brought from South Africa?
Elementary, my dear Watson. There are no tarantulas in South Africa. What do you want me to do? Identify anything I may find. Strange things are to be found on the moor. Like this, for instance.
Swine. You thought it was going to be easy, didn't you? Didn't you? You won't be the first of your family who thought that. And you won't be the first to die because of it.
Look at this. He's got a magazine. What is this? Dynamite! Hold it still for a minute. Hold it still for a minute. Hold it still. Don't move it. Dynamite. Dude, I remember Dynamite. That's what Frankenstein was going to get you.
If you went to school in the 70s.
The Mummy was going to get you. Now, you know, what I'd like to do, we're going to cut away real quick here in a second to show some more stuff. But, of course, we like to fill in, so we're going to show some extra stuff. You know, I was wondering.
Which thing?
We have only one balloon in it.
Yeah. Humans are funny.
That's good. She couldn't even do anything to stop it.
Science.
Let's show the only, because I was asking somebody the other day, I forget who it was, probably one of my imaginary friends. Are there any American Indian monsters? Creepshow 2. The thing with the cigar store Indian and that guy that kills those old people and that cigar store Indian's like, oh no, you did not. This are some scenes from Creepshow 2, the Chief.
Oi, 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 oi.
Nauseating novella, a nasty little bone cracker titled Old Chief Woodenhead.
Go on there, Chief Woodenhead.
This is good country, Martha. It'll come back to life someday. It'll come back to life. I'll finish your war paint tomorrow, Chief. That's a promise.
How?
Go ahead, boys. Take what you want.
Wait a minute. You just can't come in here.
Shut up, White Ice. Just shut up. Or else I'll have to shove something into your mouth to keep you quiet. Hey, Sam, why don't we shove this in his mouth?
Sam Whitemoon, you're a disgrace to you.
I said shut up, old man.
Your Uncle Benjamin was just here. He's one of the best men I know. Hard to believe the same blood flows in your veins.
I guess you don't hear so good. I said shut up! We're just here to do a little shopping, that's all. We didn't get everything we needed last time we were in. Move, lady, or I'm gonna blow off your old man's agobishis! Any cute stuff back there? I'll pull this trigger. This thing work?
What?
The photo machine. Does it work?
Yes.
Hey, they gotta make me a movie star. Hey, as soon as they see this hair, they're gonna say, Sam, get over here. Get in front of these cameras. And this hair is gonna get me paid and laid. Over here, lady. Now, I want you to stay right over here and don't move. Okay? Give me. Look at this. Look at this. Hey, you know that movie about the guy that's got like these superpowers because of his hair? You know that movie? I'm better looking than the guy in that movie. Don't you think? Here, take a look. Take a look. Stay right where you are, old man, unless you want to see your lady come apart into pieces.
Sam, there's no cash around here. Let's go.
Not yet, rich boy. Did you know my buddy here was rich? Well, his old man's rich. His old man bought my buddy here a Firebird, man. A Firebird that's gonna fly us all to Hollywood, USA. And one more step and blam!
Sam, there's nothing left for us to take. There's nothing here we need.
Maybe there's nothing else you need, rich boy. But there's something else I need. Go get your car, Kavanaugh. Get your car, rich boy. We're leaving for LA a little sooner than we figured. Hey, Kavanaugh, you run out on me and I'll find you.
I ain't running out on you, Sam. I ain't running nowhere.
All right, old man. There's one more little item you'll have to turn over if you want this woman to live.
What is it?
That bag full of rock candy that my uncle brought over here today. That's it in your hand, isn't it? Well, toss it over here, and I'll let the lady go.
Hey, Sam, what are you talking about? What do you mean, rock candy?
There's $10,000 worth of silver and stone in that bag, man. The keys to the city of Los Angeles.
Is that true, old man? Let me see.
Sam, you can't take this. This belongs to your people, to the tribe. These are treasures that you people have had for years. If you take these things...
Stop it! Holy God, holy Jesus! Holy Jesus. I've never seen nothing like that before.
Yeah? Well, now you've seen it. Now you're gonna forget it.
Forget it?
That's right, that stuff. It's okay. There's nobody around. We're out of here. We're out of here, fan stuff. We're out of here, man. We're out of here for good. No more of this shit, man. No more eating dust for a living. There ain't no dust in Hollywood, man. And there ain't no tribe, a Tom and red men neither.
Sam! Come on, let's get out of here.
everybody's favorite Robin Hood of the Old West, the Disco Kid.
Loco!
Loco!
Loco! Loco!
Loco!
Loco!
Loco!
Look, Cisco, he realizes me even in my strips. Yes, Pancho, Loco has more sense than you have.
You'll regret double-crossing me, Cisco. I still say it's for your own good, Bob. I know what I'm doing. Why do you want to act so stubborn like a bull? You know, put it
There's no way this kid can miss.
Both sides of you faces, and we don't like to do that to our friends. Friends, my eye.
No. Hey, you're not alive, man. You can't be alive. Come on, man. Come on!
Now, may your spirit rest, old warrior. Ako ni. Ako.
Well, kiddies, that was quite a price for young Sam Whitemoon to pay.
Oi, 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 oi. Ooh.
cigar store Indian and mess you up, man.
They will. They will.
Did you see the look on his face?
That's a curse.
When he cut that guy's hair off, look at his face. He's like...
Curses are worse than monsters.
Sometimes the monsters, you know how they kill you? They scare you to death. It's like in the movie The Mummy, and they find him, they're like, and everybody talked British back then. They're like, "Oh no, he's dead." They're like, well,
they could have done a match on him.
Hold on. What did he die from? He died from fright. You know, you had to die from death.
You know, The Mummy was the first rapper.
He was a rapper.
He was the first rapper.
He died from fright.
Yep.
Dead. He didn't even have, because the Mummy was like this. And if you were running,
rapper, I get
even if you were running at the top speed and you turn around, the Mummy would be right behind you.
Oh, yeah.
He was, because when you were looking at him, he was going real fast.
Right.
Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. That's pretty wild. Matter of fact, all this talk about the Mummy.
He was an emotionally attached fellow.
He was. Let's show the trailer from The Mummy with Boris Karloff, 1933.
Death, eternal punishment for anyone who opens this casket.
The Mummy. Is it dead or alive? Human or inhuman? You'll know. You'll see. You'll feel the awful, creeping, crawling terror that stands your hair on end and brings a scream to your lips. There's nothing on earth like the Mummy.
You will not remember what I show you now, and yet I shall awaken memories of love and crime and death.
Now I know his horrible plan. He is going to kill her and make her a living mummy like himself.
Oh, man, 32, 33,
32 and a half, probably. Yeah,
Something
look
like
at that, man. That's pretty scary. Karloff was just a terrifying dude. If he just showed up at your party, people would die from fright.
I had just started dating the Gila Monster about that time.
He was old back in the day.
Oh, when the full moon strikes the door of my tomb, I will come back. You hear? I will come back to kill.
Almost too bad her brain didn't die. How's your brain?
Didn't die.
Is your brain okay?
Not on drugs.
You know, there's a ghost back there. He's just kind of hanging out and watching stuff. Ghost.
One on tape that she likes Mr. Spock.
Mr. Spock is cool, man.
Mr. Spock, are you all right?
Yes, I believe no permanent damage was done.
What happened?
The occipital area of my head seems to have impacted with the arm of the chair.
No, Mr. Spock. I meant, what happened to us?
That we have yet to ascertain.
Lincoln died 3 centuries ago on a planet hundreds of light years away.
More that direction, engineer.
Thank heaven.
Mr. Scott, there was no deity involved. It was my cross-circuiting to be that recovered them.
How close will we come to the nearest Klingon outpost if we continue on our present course?
1 parsec, sir. Close enough to smell them.
That is illogical, Ensign. Odors cannot travel through the vacuum of space.
Opportunity? Now listen, Spock, you may be a wonderful science officer, but believe me, you couldn't sell fake patents to your mother.
I fail to understand why I should care to induce my mother to purchase falsified patents. Can you give me warp 8?
Aye, sir. And maybe a wee bit more. I'll sit on the warp engines myself and nurse them.
That position, Mr. Scott, would not only be unavailing, but also undignified.
I tell you better come on back down. Cracko's put the bag on your captain.
Why would he put a bag on our captain?
Kidnapped him, you dope.
You realize that the aim will, of course, be very crude.
I don't care if you hit the broadside of a barn. Just hurry, please.
Captain, why should I aim at such a structure?
Mind, Spock. Just get on with the job.
Hello? This is Dr. Carruthers speaking.
Since you're obviously devoid of any kind of mechanical aptitude whatsoever, I know that you find this very difficult to comprehend. But let me assure you, the system is foolproof.
Why, that's nice of you, and I appreciate it. But I'm very busy working on a formula for a new shaving lotion.
Everybody wants to get his own crew rich, and then they want the other little people never get a piece of the pie. I know you can't do nothing if you're broke.
I gotta make a call here. Order my cigarettes. Put my smoke on here. Oh, look at that. Let me check in my
That'll never be the
notebook.
same. Never be the same.
I got my Monster Madhouse notebook here. I'm going to look up the balloon. Now, how do you do this? If you're supposed to... Hold on. Hey, it's like when that's why you're not allowed to do this while you're driving your car, because you could be going over a cliff and you're still finishing your text while you're going over the cliff. Or they're, hey, look, we're live on Facebook right now.
Oh,
man. So I'm going to make a call out of my notebook to the doctor. And he is, actually I already did that, because the doctor is riding his bike. Yeah, there he comes. Hey, here he goes. Hey, where's he going? Look out. Oh, God. He's a doctor, dude. He doesn't... Yeah, so you know how it is on TV. But here he is, the doctor. Oh, these doctors make so much money, they just don't even know what to do. Hey, Doc! What's going on?
Just exercising.
Yeah, right on, dude. That's a nice bike.
Oh, yeah.
What does it do, man? It's got a light on it?
Thank you, dude. I sold some of your body parts I removed earlier.
Okay, cool.
Are you okay?
No.
I'm not being like your brother.
Tonight you have work to do.
You know who knew them the best? The horsemen knew her. The best.
The horse manure.
The horsemen knew her. Here's another thing you learn from these movies, is that people are stupid as... People are stupid. Here we are at the great Philadelphia Comic Con with the legendary artist himself, Mr. Ken Kelly.
Hello.
Ken, how are you doing, man?
I'm fine.
It is
how are you guys?
Great to finally get you on the microphone here on the camera.
Excellent.
Ken Kelly, man, your artwork transcends generations. I mean, some of the most famous rock albums and magazine covers of all time.
I got lucky.
You got lucky. Nothing. Luck had nothing to do with it. It's all about talent and being the man.
Huh?
Yes.
Getting it done.
He agrees. He knows all about it.
Getting it done.
Now, when you started off on these things, back in the 70s, especially the Kiss records, everybody's seen this stuff.
Yep.
From start to finish, how long would it take you to do one of these things? Weeks, months?
1 month.
1 month.
1 month from the phone call to the finished work.
Right.
They tell you what they want. You do a rough.
Right.
They approve the rough. You go home and you paint as fast as you can, as hard as you can, as best as you can, and you get it in on time, because if you miss it, they'll miss their album being released.
Right.
And there's so much money involved in this that you got 30 days.
And of course, back in the day, an album cover sold the record, man.
I didn't know that.
You know what I mean? When you're a kid flipping through the records and you're looking at the cover.
Yes.
I'm buying this, just like a comic book or a movie poster, you know, back in the day.
I know, but now you're giving me too much, because Kiss had a lot to offer.
They did, but I'll tell you what, that Destroyer cover sold a lot of records, man.
I'm thank God.
You are.
Thank God.
He's
Thank
the
God.
secret member of Kiss right here. He is. Look at him. Look at him.
You're going to get yelled at.
Yeah. Now, do you play music at all, man?
No.
Really?
I wish I did, but I'm 100% painter.
Right?
I'm a painter.
Right.
So, and I could make things look better and more dynamic, and I'm very fortunate.
Where's your studio?
Long Island, New York.
Right?
Long Island, New York.
East Coast. Gotta
East
love
Coast,
that.
loving it.
Gotta love it.
Love it. I could live there 17 hours out of the day. I'm in that studio. No, I am.
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Now,
Very lucky man.
Do you, if you're just out motoring around, do you carry a sketch pad with you sometimes? You ever draw on napkins?
Yes. Yes, I have done that at business dinners with, like, Gene Simmons. This particular cover, Gene Simmons created with Marvel editors, and my wife and I went into, and we all had dinner, and we were making the preliminary ideas on the napkins of dinner. So yes, I have drawn on napkins.
I believe it, man. I bet that original probably hangs in a museum
I don't know
somewhere.
where it is. I don't know where it is. I
It's
think
worth
Gene owns it.
Gene probably owns
I
it.
hope he does.
It's probably worth a lot of money knowing Gene.
Oh, Gene's my God. Gene cannot do wrong. And
Same here, man. You know, we grew up with all this stuff. And again, you know, you're one of these guys that's on my top list of influences.
Wow.
That got me into television and doing all this kind of stuff. Man, you are the guy. Now listen, we got a lot of contacts and a lot of fans in Japan. Guys who are over there who make movies and all this stuff. We've got a lot of people in Japan ask about you, man. You want to say hi to your viewers over in Japan?
hello, Japan. Hello, everyone over there. I can't wait. Someday, I hope. I've been there 40 years ago. Love the country. Love the people. I just would love to get back there now that I'm in a different position in life and have all of these things to show you guys. I'd love to get there. So
You hear that, guys? Albatross, Japan. I'm going to bring Ken Kelly to you, man. So we need to set this all up and get Ken Kelly and all this wonderful stuff. And he will create some stuff over there too, right, man?
Yeah.
You're
whatever
ready.
they want.
You're ready to do it, man.
I'm ready to draw with them.
Right.
On stage and have people in the audience learning with me.
Let me ask you also for your fans out there, how do people get, you got a website?
My website, Ken Kelly Art. Hold on, back up, because that's the old one. KenKellyFantasyArt.com, and that's everything's there.
So,
Not really
right.
everything, because I can't keep
Well, of
track
course,
of it all.
yeah.
But enough, and you'll get a good picture of what I do.
That opens the door. Now that's how
Right.
fans can reach you there?
Yeah, absolutely. I have
Fan
my phone
mail.
up. I hope I'm not hurting you, fans can reach me via my website. All my numbers are on there, and would love to hear from any of them.
That's fantastic,
Great
man.
stuff. I love Japan. I hear the Kiss just went there, and what was it, November Ace went there. So I'd love to meet you people.
People all over the world have been influenced by your artwork, man.
Yes, they have.
Yeah,
and I've met a lot of them. So it's I'm very just humbled by it. Incredible.
You have taught so many people so many things, and we just all thank you every day.
Thank you.
The gift you've given to the world is just a wonderful thing, Ken. You are a super influence and
Thank
talent, and it's an honor to meet you.
Honor to meet you guys too.
And again, your website is
KenKellyFantasyArt.com.
Thank you so much, Ken.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Take care.
Let's get back to some more from the great Philadelphia Comic-Con on Monster Madhouse. Check out the Monster Madhouse channel. Monster Madhouse channel. Made in America. Yeah, the Monster Madhouse channel on Amazon. And the Monster Madhouse channel on Roku. But here we are taping a new season of stuff at the legendary and horrifying State Theater in Falls Church,
where we say hello.
And over here on camera, we have some legends on our crew, man.
You can smell the ghosts.
Dude.
Or it's the clown.
That guy looks just like Joe Rowe.
Oh, yeah.
Looks just like him,
No
man.
doubt. No doubt.
On camera, this dude has been.
After Memorial Day, no white.
He
Okay.
filmed the original Lone Ranger back in the 1500s, man. This guy has been around, you know, and Tim Pace, who helped us set up all kinds of experiments. You'll have to thank Tim. Well, you don't want to thank Tim, but for all the gadgets and the electronics, the ghost just like that. But Tim Pace, he's the quintessential guy who knows all things about all things. And we got Jean on camera too. Jean is badass. You know who she reminds me of? Pam Grier, that's who she reminds me of. Pam Grier, yeah, man. She looked like Pam Grier. Listen to her over there moaning and groaning.
This thing, this monster we've created, its powers haven't even been realized to their full extent. The sanctity of my monster preserve must not be violated.
Looks like Washington, D.C.'s become a monster